All right, everyone. It's been a while since I've made one of these because mostly the ones that I made before still hold up. But real quick, I'm going to run through how to set up Zoom for basically anybody that wants to do anything with music lessons or music on Zoom on a Mac desktop, on an iPad, and an iPhone. For the iPad and the iPhone, should be basically the same as Android tablets and phones. For Windows computer, it's quite different, but I have a video that goes over the main difference. Hit it like 4 minutes and something. Probably just started at 4 to be on the safe side, and you'll see what I mean. But basically, you need to turn off Windows sound enhancements also. Other stuff outside of Zoom. Anyway, so first up, Mac desktop. So, first things first, you can see we're on this little 4-square page here. I'm going to bring it up so I can be a little bigger with it. And the main thing we want to do when we're inside of this is just the regular Zoom app. We see that little gear in the upper right hand corner underneath the icon. We click on it and it brings up this nice big menu of settings. And the ones that we care about for our purposes are the audio tab right there. So you click that. You shall hopefully see probably same as system, which would mean like the speakers on your computer or the headphones you have plugged in for the speaker. The microphone, things to check. For one, we definitely don't want automatically adjust microphone volume on. We turn that off, and then otherwise, you should see the name of your mic there. If you don't have an external mic, even like a little $40 USB mic, check out this video. It's worth it. It makes a huge difference. Otherwise, when yours is in there, this slider will be active. Oh, it is for me too. And what you would want to set it to is about 75–80%. Test it there. Maybe your mic's sturdy enough that you can have it even a little higher, but usually 80% is the sweet spot. So, having unchecked this here and then set it, whatever, at that 80% mark, you want to select original sound for musicians. And then of the 3 boxes underneath it, the top 2 should be checked. Don't check the bottom one unless you have excellent internet, and even then it's maybe just a strain you don't need to risk. And that's all you need to do in here. Then when you actually go back, and this is the only time you'll ever have to do this, when you actually go back to a meeting and you look at that meeting, what you should see in the upper left-hand corner next to the green shield is original sound for musicians, probably :off. Click that every time you join a meeting, or it should always say original sound for musicians on when you're going to do any kind of musical stuff. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Check that other video if you have a Windows machine, because you still have to turn off the Windows sound enhancements. Moving on. So here we have an iPad. Let me get it opened up real quick, and then I'll go in and open up the Zoom app. And now what we want to do is we go into, let's see, is it more? I believe it is. So we hit those 3 dots on the left side of the screen. It brings up this menu. Then you want to hit meetings right there under the word settings. And this 4th thing down there that I'm flipping back and forth, you want to make sure that's turned on. Once it's on, what you can do is you can go out, and what you'll see is that inside of a meeting, when we go there, and this is going to be funky, but that is all right. I'm going to mute there. And what you'll see now is this option right there to enable original sound. And if you've done it, when you go back to that menu, you'll see the option to disable original sound. Don't do that. Enable it. For mic stuff with an iPad, hopefully if you do it already, you know how to do it, but it's possible. If you don't, you just need an adapter. And that is pretty much it. Just whatever, when you're on that initial landing page, you hit those 3 dots, and you do exactly like we saw. You turn it on, and then when you're in a meeting, every time you join a meeting and you mean to do anything musical there, you're going to need to enable original sound. Moving on to the phone. All right, we're at the last stop on our little tour de force of Mac goods and Zoom settings and how to get it all right. So we've done the Mac desktop, we've done the iPad, and now we're going to do the iPhone. Every other smartphone, like whatever, Android or anything, is going to be basically the same interface. First things first, we open up the app, just like the iPad. See those three little dots in the bottom right corner? We click on those. And then, same thing as on the iPad, we hit the Meetings tab underneath Settings, first thing under Settings. And then we can see here that little toggle for Use Original Audio. We want that green, and then we back out of it. We have succeeded. We'll only ever have to do that once per phone, I suppose. Then you can see when you open a meeting, and this is true whether you start the meeting or join the meeting, after you connect to audio, what you'll need to do in this case is bring up the interface, and then I'll drag whatever the menu over there, and you can see again those three dots more. We click on those, and now you can see that third down, Enable Original Sound. If you have successfully done that, when you go back to that menu, I'll get over there one more time, it will say Disable Original Sound. Don't do that. You want it on for anything musical you're doing. Every time you join a meeting, you'll have to do this, as opposed to just turning on the option in the first place. That's done now. But that is it. All three, whichever one you're on, that's how you do it. Best of luck. I hope all your performances go well. I'm going to leave this meeting down here. And thank you so much for watching.